I'm mixed with black and white. I'm not Latino. But growing up, well, let me even step back further. When my mother and father married, it was illegal in some parts of this country. Loving v. Virginia held by the Supreme Court that it was illegal or that it was okay for people of different races to marry. That you didn't have to go to jail because you were of a different color and wanted to love each other. Allowed me to be a legal and legitimate child. Today, I look at what's going on in our LGBT community and I am frustrated. I am looking for justice. I am seeking equality. The same things that my parents sought over half a century ago. The same things that I wanted growing up as a child, mixed, in a community that hated me because I was half black or half white. In a community where I had to fight every day and defend my brothers and sisters as we walked outside our door. Yet in my home, never did my parents preach hate, but only to embrace everyone and to do the best for all society. Today, I carry that with me in my heart. I live that. I live in the Bronx now, Fordham Heights community, where our young men were being shot in huge numbers in my block alone. I believe we lost 6 people last year to gun violence. But in 2011, we took up our arms, which are ourselves, and we stood up to it. And we came together and said enough is enough. That we can no longer tolerate the deaths of our young people. That we can no longer tolerate violence in our community. As a result, those people said, you know what, it's getting too hot here. I think we need to stop this. They said, I think we need to take a different look at what's going on because our mothers and our sisters and our brothers and our fathers are saying no more. Our community responded. We were empowered. We empowered ourselves. Our young people, we spoke to them. We didn't care if they had felony convictions, misdemeanor convictions, not any conviction. We didn't care. We spoke to them and said, there is another way. We provided resources to them. We provided workshops for them. We held our children close. It ain't over, but it's down. And we don't want it rising back up. But to hear about my community being beaten and killed, Mark Carson's life taken away from us at such a young age, in Manhattan, the place where we are supposed to feel so safe, and now we are so scared to even walk alone, or even in pairs. I feel safer in the Bronx than I do in Manhattan in the Village. I have a young woman who works for me. I don't want her going home at night on the bus or the train. I put her in a cab and send her home. I want to make sure she's safe. Text me when you get there. We shouldn't have to live like that. We are not going to live like that. Because we as the Bronx will be united. Community are coming together to create unity. It takes education, it takes dialogue, it takes understanding that we share a common goal. We all want peace. We all want to feel safe. We all want healthy lives. We all want good families. And it begins there in the family. And I know women, it's time for us to stand up. Our LGBT, our gay men, our gay men have been bold. They have come out in drag. They have come out on the street and say, no, I'm going to be who I am. And we as lesbians have stood in the background. As women, we have stood in the background. And we now can no longer do that. These are your sons. These are our brothers who are dying. These are our children. It is time for women to take hold of what's going on here and change what's taking place in our families with the hatred that's being taught. Change what's taking place in our churches, the hatred that's being taught. Change what's taking place in our communities, the hatred that's being taught, and say no more. No more. We will not tolerate that. It is a woman who runs the family. It is a woman who influences the community. It is a woman that stands behind every good man. It is. Sojourner Truth in 1851, May 29th, attended a conference of white women who wanted equality. The only black woman, an emancipated slave who was enslaved here in New York, went to that conference in Akron, Ohio. A famous speech was heard, but 4 words were spoken that rang through society. It penetrated the hearts and minds of every single human being. And she said, "Ain't I a woman?" And today I stand before you and say, ain't we human? This is not about gay or straight. This is not about trans or bi. This is about us being human beings, coming together as one, not allowing this to take place anymore, recognizing that we have something in common, that we have to unite as human beings and say to violence, all of violence, not here, not in the Bronx, not in New York City, not in the United States of America. Thank you so much.